Hi, I'm Sonja and I help people take their power back. If you're interested in what I'm up to, check out the description below and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this video, I want to talk about something that I have gotten from multiple people. Again, that's where all my videos come from. I don't know why I say that in every video, but something I've gotten from multiple people asking me about why do people teach to feel it real when we have never experienced what it feels like to have the thing? Because they are teaching Neville Goddard and don't understand what Neville was talking about. If you read Neville, he is talking about in your imagination, it is real. You're going to go to sleep at night imagining that you have the thing and are experiencing what you want to experience. When he wanted to get honorably discharged from the military, instead of going to sleep at night, bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining about how he was drafted into the military and was going to have to go fight in World War II, he imagined himself in his apartment in New York, where he was in his bed and he would get up and touch shit and go look out the window and he was home. In his imagination, he was home. He even states in that story, even though outwardly it didn't look the way that his internal world did, he knew at that point that if he told himself and thought, I'm going home, that would be his experience. And guess what? Even though the army told him there's no way you're getting out and we won't send you home, he was completely honorably discharged 9 days later because he was feeling it real in his imagination, telling himself that what he wanted was an absolute fact regardless of everything else. It has nothing to do with your emotions, feeling it real. He was a visualizer, so it felt real to him to visualize it at night. That's why people who teach visualizing, a lot of them will teach you to repeat a short scene over and over and over again when you are in a relaxed state as you are falling asleep. And if you do that and you do it correctly without judging yourself about whether you're doing it right or if this is real or if this is a good enough scene or whatever, if you repeat the same shit to yourself over and over and over again, as you start to relax, it will start to feel real to you because it starts to feel like a dream. Your body stops thinking that you are where you are and it starts to think and you start to feel as if what you are feeling is real. If you cannot feel it real, it does not fucking matter. I have manifested plenty of shit that I wasn't feeling in the first place. Just recently, this past week, I was, watching something and I was like, man, I had this whole slew of thoughts of how I really like big German dog breeds. And I'm like, man, I kind of want a Rottweiler. And I'm like, and I am not putting this out there to the universe to give me a Rottweiler. There are no more animals allowed in my life at the moment. That was not something. It's just it would be fun to have a Rottweiler to train to do the protection dog work and stuff like that. Because those dogs are highly trained. I find them fascinating and Rottweilers are super sweet. And then I got to thinking about how I don't think I've ever seen a Rottweiler without a docked tail. Because in the US, we dock and crop all of our fucking dogs. And I was just like, man, I'm trying to imagine what a Rottweiler with a tail would look like. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then I just dropped it because it wasn't important and I didn't give a fuck. Then I was scrolling through videos one day and guess what? There's this fucking video that was literally, I bet you've never seen a Rottweiler with a tail. And it was a Rottweiler with a tail. And I'm like, I was just thinking about and imagining what it would look like for a Rottweiler to have a tail. My subconscious knew I wanted to see a Rottweiler with a tail, and it showed me one because I was sitting there trying to imagine what one would look like. I have gotten better at using my imagination. I have gotten better at imagining and visualizing shit than I used to be in the past, realizing that how my imagination works is unique to me, and I have worked to become more present with my imagination and understand more of what Neville was saying. If you want to understand, feel it real, do Neville Goddard's ladder technique. Imagine going to sleep, climbing up and down a ladder. to the best of your ability. When I did it, I was so anxious and in such a shitty place that I had a hard time falling asleep, and I couldn't visualize climbing up and down a ladder and fall asleep. So I just did it until I was like, yeah, I feel like that's enough, and then I would fall asleep. It's where I also figured out that the time I bitch, whine, moaning, complained the most about my life was when I was falling asleep. Now I can affirm and fall asleep. I'm not very good at visualizing and falling asleep, but I can fucking affirm and fall asleep. This is a skill. Feeling it real is a skill that you don't even have to master. All you have to do is tell yourself that things are the way you want them to be. If you can't visualize, you're still manifesting perfectly. Everything is what you tell yourself that it is. Take the focus off of what all these other fuckers are saying to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and apply it to your life. Because that right there is the only way that you're going to truly understand what anybody's saying in the first place. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.